Still looking at me. Why you looking at me?
What's up, guys? if you're wondering why I'm laughing hysterically, maybe because that I went to see Joker. Finally, I got a chance to see it because I need a break, and it was the perfect time to get to see this on a Tuesday night. So, hey, at least I used my gift card. So, all I can say is, the movie sucks. Gotcha there. No, for real. The movie was awesome. I actually loved it. And I went to see it on 9/20 because and by the time that the rolling credits and I checked the time, it was exactly about 11:30. So it was a 2-hour long. So it makes sense because this is about the building of the momentum through of a tragic life, and there's definitely a lot of psychological and disturbing, and let's just face the facts that this is the manifestation of becoming the Joker, and arguably enough that it makes sense that like I said, because all it takes is for one bad day and you get snapped, literally get snapped, and it makes sense. Literally, it makes a lot of sense of why, and so much build up, and it's just this movie was really good. And the fact how DC has been struggling trying to get some names that the characters try to get into the live adaptation, and why? Because Marvel was doing the same thing, and yet they were doing successfully, and we got some really bad ones. I'm talking about Batman vs Superman, Justice League, Suicide Squad. The only movies that was actually passable was Aquaman and Wonder Woman, and they were both only two movies that was actually really good. And now Joker is in that number 3. I mean, wow, man, it was just so much craziness. So, all right, so I am gonna talk about it just a little bit. So, this is considered a minor spoilers. So, if I may spill the beans a little bit too much as a big spoiler, this is the part where you got to, walk away from the video, or simply don't watch it, or just skip it, or just leave, because I'm going to make this short as possible. So, I gotta say to Joaquin Phoenix, I mean, god damn, he portraying from Arthur to the Joker, I mean, his performance was just flat out phenomenal. I mean, I'm very impressed. Out of actors that portrayed the clown Prince of Crime, from Cesar Romero, Mark Hamill voicing as the Joker. Then you have Heath Ledger. And, of course, I'm not talking about Jared Leto, because I know because to me, he looked like the image from Frank Miller's All-Star Batman. That's probably where they got that from. And let's not forget about Jack Nicholson. He was also good as well. Hell, I had a big appreciation of the Batman from 1989. That was when I was still just a little kid back then. But Walking, I mean, and he's good. Especially that hysterical, unfunny, disturbing laugh is just, it's a perfect pitch because this is how, this is what brings Joker so iconic. And from the beginning, it you from the moment you realize that Arthur he was screwed up from the get-go. I mean a flashback that he just banged his head to the glass window, and the fact that he was given the prescription to his medication, 7 different medications. I mean, Jesus Christ, he was fucked up. And I know some people say that this is considered that this is the Elseworld story of the Joker, and maybe that is, but it's still pretty damn good. So so we know that he didn't fall into the fast of the chemicals that bleached his entire skin and hair turning green. We get that, but it's the psychological that could drive someone's sanity. That's the real key of what that in a different kind of contrast of what that brings out the Joker. And not to mention that his journal, I mean, there's nothing but scribbles and cut out pictures. I think it's like he just tear them and put it in his journal for no apparent reason. It's just, all I can say is just all there. And and the whole setting takes place. It didn't describe exactly what year it was, so I made an assumption that it's got to be like the late 70s or the mid 80s. So it's really hard to tell because they have these old tape recorders to the phone machine. It's still unclear exactly what year it was, but anyways, I mean, he has a really steady job, and his boss was a complete asshole, because I'm pretty sure you already saw what happened in the trailer from the teaser to the first one, that these little street punks that just stole the sign and just smashed his face with it. So yeah, all he's ever bitch about is that damn sign. And Arthur was really trying to make some ends meet with the job that he's working, and they just give him shit about that. And oh boy, his so-called co-worker Randall, he gave him a gun. Oh boy. And I'm pretty sure you already saw that one scene from the trailer that he was hysterically laughing. Which, by the way, the reason why he was laughing disturbingly, because of the fact that I could start to see through the emotions, through the face and the expression. That's why he's laughing, because whenever he's depressed or just feeling sad, he just goes hysterically laughing, no apparent reason. And the fact that he has that he shows a card of his mental condition, and it's just, I mean, it makes sense why. But that scene, oh boy, these three punks were nothing but complete shitheads, and they beat the senseless out of him, and he just pulls out the gun and just murder them. And call me crazy, but I know that the third guy got shot to the upper thigh, to his leg, but it's kind of it's another way of saying that he almost got shot in the ass. So I thought it was funny. And when he was running like hell, went to the public restroom, that And I gotta say that his dance was very convincing, because he's basically is trying to mellow out, and the music, it was really a caption to it, just make it as a convincing of how he was. It was a slow, but it was a metaphor that it was a slowly transformation, that he was becoming the Joker, because in his own words, his life was a tragedy, but it became a comedy. And I gotta say, I was impressed at how it's just how of this one person that is just trying to, whole point was that he wanted to make people laugh, and they give him shit like this. And and what's more, in all this attention of those three deaths, that basically that became such a movement for everybody in the streets of Gotham. Yes, it's still considered, this is Gotham City. Yeah, like I said, it didn't explain what year it was. So, anyways, whew. I mean, I you know, one thing I will say to this one, that it's just, I was beginning to wonder why he tried to entertain that little boy, and just doing like that. It was obviously, I know who, I immediately, that I started to think that could have been, and like I said, turn away, don't watch this video. That was little Bruce Wayne. Oh my goodness. Everything's like, puts it, everything in there. And I'm sure that there are some little bit of Easter eggs, like the theater, when it had the signs like the Zorro. That's basically, that's a Batman reference. So it was pretty obviously, but I probably forgot the rest of it. But needless to say that, oh man, that movie was too awesome. Whew. And when he confronted Thomas Wayne, and that saying that you're my father, and boy, did he delivered of a bad news that, quote unquote, Arthur was adopted. And as much as he wants to deny it, now he's basically wants to know the truth exactly about his mother, which that she's also crazy, completely not in her right mind. So I am amazed that they have the line that says Arkham State Hospital. So that's basically, that's oh my god, it's been a long time I played Arkham City. I think that's supposed to be the north side of Arkham in Gotham. So you could just quote on me on that. But when he got the files, oh boy, he read every page by page. It's just, and now it's become confirmed that he was adopted, and of course, Arthur was not his real name, which Penny gave the name. So it was an anonymous name when he was still little. So that basically gives some reference to the fact that nobody knows Joker's real name, because it was clear the fact it was unknown just like in the histories in the comics, because no one knows what's his name. So there you have it, and just he was just not having a good. He was literally not having a good day. Oh, especially his very first stand-up comedian performance. I mean, he was nervous. He was literally nervous of to try not to croak, but his uncontrollable laughter just gave in, and I think what I noticed in one of the pages is basically it's a cutout image of a model completely nude, and I think the audience saw that and everybody was laughing. I believe it was. I think so. So and let me first off say I know the fact that Robert De Niro was in this movie, so I didn't say much about that. So at least I get to see him. And again, this is Robert De Niro. He's one of considered the best actors of all time. We all know that. And I will say to this, I really like the fact that they give him the I believe it's almost more like a reddish purple suit. That's basically consider a classic flashy suit back in the late 60s and the 70s, which is the golden age of the Batman comics, because that's classic. That instantly kind of reminds you of the early days of the TV show Batman 1966. So that was classic just to see that suit. And again, dancing scene was just now it's become like become a meme in the internet. And and there was that scene that he was being chased by the two detectives that basically want questions because they may have suspected that he was the one who murdered those three rich kids. And in that subway scene, and that everybody was having that clown mask, and now it kind of makes sense of why there was a fight going on, because detective is trying to get Arthur, and all those crowds were in the way, and I think he might have accidentally shot one of them, and that instantly that shit just got escalated, and hell break loose, and he just got away with it with no remorse, and he just did a little victory dance at the end. I gotta say, that slow scene that he walks out here with, completely walk away and not getting caught, I was like, that's the image of what Joker is. So I gotta say that movie is gotta be, without a doubt, is that's gotta be considered a great film. So it's very consistent that this movie will be considered the film of the year. So it will win in the Oscars. That's a well-known fact. So I gotta say, Todd Phillips, you did a hell of a masterpiece right there. And can you believe it, on the IGN.com, it gave it a solid 10. So now I've seen it, I feel like I want to see it again. So that's all I got to say for this one. So if you still want to go see this, go, because it's really worth to see it. Because I may want to see it again. So I hope I didn't spoil it too much, because if I did, that would be a killing joke. Okay. Alright, I'm going to stop doing that before I make everybody think I'm delusional. All I know, we got some ups and downs with DC films, but But Joker, however, I hate to say it, it's a solid go there. Or, quote unquote, love that Joker. Well, that's it for the video. So that's all I got to say. So have a good night. Be safe. And now I got to get back on to my regular scheduling program with reaction videos. But I'll catch you on the next video.